"25 years. It took us 25 long years to finally get justice for Cyclops. That final moment in the Avengers Doomsday trailer, the glowing aura, the raw explosive force, that is comic book accurate Cyclops. This version was never new. It existed in the comics, it existed in animation. It just took Hollywood 25 years to catch up. But that wait, it might have been worth it, because this trailer changes everything. Trailer pattern you missed. The first Doomsday trailer focused on Steve Rogers. The second was clearly about Thor. And now, this third trailer belongs to the X-Men. And trust me, this one answers a lot of questions. We already discussed the leaked footage, but now that the official 4K trailer is out, the hidden details are impossible to ignore. And they tell a very dark story. Xavier's mansion, something went wrong. The first thing we see is Xavier's mansion, destroyed, and not in a cinematic explosion kind of way. This isn't damaged architecture. This is absolute chaos. Broken furniture, shattered interiors, debris everywhere. This place was a battlefield. But here's where it gets interesting. When you compare this mansion to the original X-Men trilogy, it looks similar, but not identical. It also resembles the first-class era mansion. But again, not an exact match. And that matters, because Marvel is telling us something without saying a word. This is an alternate universe. Yes, the faces look familiar. Yes, the characters feel recognizable. But these are variants, not copies. They lived different lives. They made different choices. Some constants remain. Professor Xavier still can't walk. Magneto still shares a complicated bond with him. But this is not the X-Men we grew up with. Hidden symbolism. The X-Men code of arms. Look closely at the mansion's glass panels. You'll notice something we've never seen in live-action X-Men before. The X-Men coat of arms. And beneath it, two Latin phrases. Fiat lux, let there be light. Fiat vis, let there be force. That alone tells you how serious this story is. This isn't a small conflict. This isn't politics. This is war. And considering the title, Doomsday, Dr. Doom seems like the obvious villain. But here's the twist. What if he isn't? Who really attacked the mansion? Watch the library shots carefully. See those holes? Those aren't blast marks. They're bullet holes. And last time I checked, Dr. Doom doesn't use machine guns. These look like high-caliber rounds, which suggests something far more terrifying. Humans attacked the mansion. And historically, that makes perfect sense, because the greatest enemies of mutants have never been gods. They've always been humans. Remember the final shot, the Sentinel walking behind Cyclops. Sentinels are not alien technology. They're human-made. Machines designed for one purpose only, mutant extermination. And here's another detail people missed. If Sentinels wanted to destroy the mansion, they would have leveled it. But the exterior is mostly intact, windows still standing, light still glowing from inside. That tells us something chilling. The battle happened inside, targeted, intentional. This wasn't destruction, this was an execution-style assault. Xavier and Magneto, tired, but not done. Then we see him, Professor Xavier, not his face, just the wheelchair. And Marvel did that on purpose. The chair feels familiar, almost nostalgic. But familiarity is not confirmation. This may not be the Xavier you remember. Then comes the chessboard scene. Magneto lifts a piece using his powers, a classic X-Men visual. Charles and Eric have always played chess. Across comics, films, animation, it symbolizes their ideological war. But something feels different here. They look old, not just aged, exhausted. They've seen wars, they've seen peace. They thought they were done, but the world won't let them rest. Xavier's costume, a massive comic hint. Xavier's outfit is a huge clue. No suit, no teacher aesthetic. Instead, a battle-ready uniform with a black and red X-Men logo. And in the comics, that color combination means one thing: revolution, liberation, final conflict. This connects directly to the Excalibur storyline, a moment where Xavier and Magneto finally achieve their dream, a mutant homeland, Genosha. If you've watched X-Men '97, you already know how important Genosha is. A mutant utopia, peace at last, until humanity interferes. Which brings us to this theory. We may be seeing the early stages of Genosha in Avengers Doomsday. I'm not saying it's confirmed, but the signs, they're all there. Cyclops, the breaking point now. Let's talk about Cyclops. I'll be honest, I had given up hope of ever seeing a true comic-accurate Cyclops in live action. But here we are, standing amid destruction, Sentinels behind him, pure rage in his posture. This scene likely takes place outside Xavier's mansion. And those massive footsteps, those are not the days of future past versions. Those were Nimrods, advanced, adaptive, future tech. These are the original Sentinels, mass-produced, endless, built only to kill mutants. Why is Cyclops losing control? So what pushed him this far? There's only one answer: John Gray. If John is dead or taken, Cyclops breaking makes perfect sense. We've seen this before. In the comics, Cyclops has spiraled many times. In fact, he has even become a villain, especially during Avengers vs. X-Men. And if one more element enters the story, the Phoenix Force, Cyclops doesn't just break, he becomes terrifying. If Marvel brings Phoenix-empowered Cyclops into Doomsday or Secret Wars, that would be legendary. What comes next? And honestly, this is just the beginning. We still haven't talked about Dr. Doom's true role, how the X-Men fit into Doomsday. And yes, another Doomsday trailer has already leaked, featuring Wakanda and the Fantastic Four. We'll break that down too, so make sure you subscribe. Because trust me, the X-Men story has only just begun. I'm overloaded with theories right now. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, like, subscribe, and peace out.